Hey everybody, I'm Carrie.
I'm Maddie.
Welcome back to Book Club.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to Book Club. Season 3.
Episode 2.
Back 2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a motherfucking row.
And remember, now Book Club is everywhere you get your podcasts. Thank you very much to me, because I finally did it.
You sounded like an ad right then.
Oh.
Book Club is now everywhere where you get your podcasts.
Well, it is an ad for us.
It's an ad. Listen to our stuff.
We did a brand deal with us.
We did a brand deal with ourselves.
And we are starting this episode with Crescent City Book 2, House
Number
of
dos.
Sky and Breath. And it is late. It's midnight. Almost.
Yeah.
We're doing a little late night episode
Yeah.
to talk about this book in between the series. And if you are watching this episode, that means you've probably read the first one. You should go back and watch this episode from last week where we talked about the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're talking about this one.
And there are going to be spoilers, so...
For this one and the first one. Because we're going to be talking about all of it, except for the third one.
So don't fucking act surprised.
You still have 1 week to read the third before we release next week's episode talking about the last one.
Approximately 35 seconds to get the fuck out of this video if you don't want spoilers.
Yeah, we're assuming you have read this book. You remember the plot, basically, sort of.
Well...
We roughly, at least as much as we do. And we're going into this, like we did last week, with discussion questions instead of a plot recap. Because we had to look up our own plot recap. Because truthfully...
we couldn't remember what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, we finished the entire series, so if it seems like we know more than we are letting on, it's because we do. So, that being said, let's get into it.
Question number 1. What were your impressions of the side characters? Specifically, Ethan, Rune, we kind of talked about him in the last one, Therian, Cormac, Hypaxia, Baxian, Pollux, the Hind, and the Hypie. No.
The Hyper?
No.
The Harpy.
Harpy.
The
Yes.
Harpy. Yes. Okay, so let's start with Rune, because we do get a little bit on him in the first book, but we get more on him in the second book. My opinions were that he should still stop wearing skinny jeans.
Yeah.
He should stop doing that. However, he is becoming less of a whiny, weeny, wah-wah prince boy and more of a helpful older brother figure to Bryce.
Yeah.
Good for you, Rune.
Good for you, Rune. I don't have anything to fucking add to that. Rune didn't mean jack shit really to me in this book.
That
I mean,
is
he
not
did.
true,
He did. I really
but
liked
not on
Rune,
his own.
But I really liked him, and I did whatever. But there were no like new. I liked Rune from the start. There wasn't any like
fair.
developing feelings.
You good, girl?
Yeah, I was just making sure that it didn't fucking stop again. However, you know who I did have a lot of feelings about? Ethan.
Ethan. What a little guy.
Oh my god, he's such a fucking pussy, and I love him.
He is.
He's such a crybaby bitch boy.
He is a crybaby, but he has moments where it's kind of endearing.
You know,
that
I
he's
feel
like,
maternal towards Ethan.
yes. And you know, the one thing I didn't love, but it does make his character really sad, his entire backstory about being in love with Bryce when his older brother Connor, who is part of the Pack of Devils, if we remember correctly, and he was killed.
He's now DED.
He's now DED. He was about to
fucking
get
tap
with
in.
Bryce, and Ethan just had to sit there and watch his older brother go for the girl that he wanted. And this whole time too, we also in the first book we're getting a lot of backstory on how long Connor was pining for, which meant Ethan had to just sit there and be like, brother, could you please make your move or else give her to me? Give me a shot. And he never got one. And then, you know, when by the time your brother's DED, then it's inappropriate. Now you can't go for that girl anymore.
No, now he's pissed at her because he found out that while she was like, yeah, okay, Connor, I'll fuck you or whatever, she's getting laid in the bathroom.
And good for Bryce.
She's doing coke and giving head. Yeah.
Good for her.
You know, what can you do? And then Ethan's like, fuck Bryce, that stupid slut.
Yeah.
And then Ethan switches up.
Yeah,
Real
switches
quick.
up right at the end of the first book,
And he's like, damn, LOL.
which in turn, in
Bryce.
the second book, gets him kicked out of the wolf pack. So he's a loner wolf, which that whole arc of like a lone wolf, I think is
Oh
so
my
funny.
God, it
They
was
use that
so
trope
funny.
in a lot of books where it's like
The
werewolf
lone
books.
wolf.
You can't be a lone wolf. It makes you
just
weird.
alone and he's
You're
just by
outcasted.
himself.
You're outcasted if you're the
They have nobody to talk to.
and they're wolves. They're
They're
mating,
little-
loving creatures.
They're
They
literally
they-
connected in the mind. They
They
can read each
need
other's
physical
mind.
touch. Oh, they're so horny.
They need to touch each other. They need to be. That's wolves.
Yeah. That's wolf tropes.
Yeah.
And so then he goes to stay with Bryce and Hunt, and he has to hear them biggity bangity, kind of, in the same hotel.
He has to hear.
Gluck Gluck 9000.
Yeah.
And he's like laying there like, oh. I wish we had gotten his point of view.
Bro, that would have been so fucking funny.
Because he was like, could y'all please not fuck next door to me?
Could you do
And
anything fucking else?
Mind you, he's still kind of pining.
He like still wants to stick it in
Yeah.
a little bit.
Well, just a little bit.
There's a while.
Next character, Therian. We get a lot more on Therian in this book. And basically we're getting that he is
Therian
a
is
little fuckboy kind of.
Yeah, he really wanted to fuck the River Queen's daughter. He said, "God damn, I need to stick it in
So bad that I'll marry
I'll
you.
marry you."
And she took that very seriously. She went Mormon on his ass and was like, you are betrothed to me.
And Therian was like, "Well, damn."
And I told my mom, so you have to.
It wasn't even that good though, and I don't really want a round two.
Yeah, because then we keep getting moments where she's like, do you want to maybe? And he's like,
no.
no. How embarrassing. How embarrassing.
It was so bad.
And
He
all
was
of
like,
meanwhile,
"Mm,
Therian's being
okay."
like, and all the guards are looking at me like I'm an idiot. You kind of
And Therian also in this book is like, I have to have human legs. I can't be in the fucking water anymore.
Yeah, he like can't be in the water. He doesn't want to be under the water. He wants to be on land with his friends. But he also every 4 hours is like, gotta swim. Gotta swim. I need my tail back. I kept getting really afraid that somebody was gonna hold him hostage and he was gonna lose all of his mer powers.
I think they just die.
No, they just lose their mer powers.
Oh, and they just become human?
They are still technically mer people, but they don't get a tail anymore. And they can't go underwater.
So they're humans.
I think they might still have water powers, like they can H2O that shit.
Right.
But they can't get their little tilly tail
Right.
swimming around.
Right.
I kept thinking that that's what was going to happen to him because they kept mentioning that he had to get back to the water.
Yeah, no, I remember feeling a little
And
bit
being
like
like,
that
oh
as
my
well.
God, somebody going to keep him from the water?
Yeah. Didn't happen though.
Other side
He was fine.
characters?
Cormac.
Okay, yeah. Cormac.
Immediately rancid vibes.
Rancid vibes. Didn't like him.
And then he
He grows on you.
He grows on ya.
Obviously, he becomes very pivotal to the plot. But also,
he's kind of a
Also,
dick.
though, let's think about this for a second. If he is cousins with Rune,
He
isn't
is
he cousins
cousins
with
with
Brass?
Brass.
And they are betrothed?
So the thing about the royal bloodlines is that they be cousin fucking.
Even the Fae.
Even the Fae. What's that book that I'm reading right now?
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones. And they're not even cousin fucking.
They're brother,
They're
sister
brother
fucking.
sister fucking. Brother.
Well, maybe we'll do something separate on
I
that.
am never talking about Game of Thrones.
Okay, well, we might actually one day. So don't take that for literal.
I hate it.
But yeah, no, that's super weird. They're betrothed because the Autumn King is evil.
Autumn King is so bad. Guess what? He gets worse in this book.
Yeah, he gets really bad. And then we get introduced to some more government people that were a part of when Hunt was like his old rebellion days.
Oh, wait. You skipped one. Hypaxia.
Oh.
Rune gets engaged to Hypaxia, who's queen of the witches.
That we met in the first book, who was that little nurse that got the
she was in the
poison
first book.
out of her leg.
Hypaxia is cool. No big thoughts
Yeah,
on her.
she's pretty cool, especially in this book.
Yeah.
She's chilling. She's helping out a little bit.
And then we get
the more government people, and these are
Baxian.
old archangels that Hunt had been basically tortured by when he was originally captured after his rebellion.
Yeah.
Baxian, Pollux, and the Hind.
And the Harpy.
And the Harpy. But the Harpy is kind of like, she seems more of like a pet character. Like she doesn't have like a whole lot of her own.
She has no agenda. She's just like pure evil.
Yeah, chaotic evil.
Yeah.
And she like doesn't have any real power. People just tell her what to do, whereas Baxian and Pollux and the Hind, they seem like they have a little more like authority.
Oh, yeah.
Than the Harpy.
Yeah. I feel like Baxian and Harpy are kind of similar because Baxian doesn't seem like... Baxian and Pollux like torture people together, but then Baxian switches up because Pollux, piece of shit, sexually assaults somebody out in public, and Baxian beats the fuck up out of him.
Yeah, and that's when Hunt starts to be like, oh.
And Baxian's like, hey, want to be friends?
I'm
and
not
Hunt's
bad
like,
anymore.
No, I don't want to be.
Meanwhile, the
friends
Hind is stone cold, which obviously in this book we find out she's also Daybright, but has an alter ego because she's like the ultimate rebel.
Lydia
she's like the ultimate rebel. She plays her role 100% the best.
Yeah.
Because she is stone fucking cold when she is the Hind. The Hind and Lydia are two separate people.
Yeah. The Hind and Baxian end up being like really, really great characters.
Yeah.
Pollux and the Harpy are just like...
is bad.
Oh my God. It's like evil.
Pollux is disgusting and bad.
Yeah. So bad.
Yeah.
The mating style in Crescent City versus other books.
I wrote that down because I think the mating type, because it is like the modern fantasy, so the way that they talk about mating, since they have so many different magical creatures, not all creatures mate necessarily the same way. Sometimes mate is just the word for like husband, wife,
but it's
but
not
with the Fae,
like...
it is still considered like when you're a mate, somebody's your mate, that's, you don't get divorced, like this is your person. However, what's different in this compared to like Throne of Glass or ACOTAR is that in ACOTAR, at least, I remember them saying like, oh, you can marry, but that doesn't mean you married your mate. Mm-hmm. Your mate is very different, but in Crescent City, when you get married, you just say that's your mate.
Yeah.
And then there can be like a mating bond that clicks in, but it's not, the terms are like one and the same sort of. And so
it's not as like serious.
Yeah, it's
Crescent
not
City.
as serious. But it was serious to Bryce when Hunt was like, well, she was like, what should I call her? She's not my boyfriend. And he was like, what about your mate? And she was like,
damn,
sorry. And she was like, you're gonna get married? That means we're married. They didn't even do a ceremony. They just say we are mates, and then it's like, oh, that's my husband.
Yeah,
like just saying the word.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also not like, it doesn't have to be like a click, because they don't click for a long time.
Yeah,
I don't know, I just thought it was funny that she was like, oh, okay, yeah, no, so we're married now.
Yeah.
This next one I also wrote down because I mentioned this in the first book. The Viper Queen, her outfits just keep getting fucking crazier.
She dresses bad.
She dresses bad, and she's supposed to be like this extremely rich badass. Like she's, I don't know, what would you, chaotic neutral? Or evil, or I don't know.
Yeah, I would say like some kind of chaotic neutral, just like very self-serving.
Very anti-hero for sure.
Yeah.
And she has so much power, especially like in like the meat market, black market type thing. Yet she's walking into the room in like a metallic gold MC Hammer ass outfit
with like custom Nike dunks that are like like gold, and they've got like a
she's
silver
about to step out of a 90s like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But she's got like supposed to be like cunty bob.
She's got like the Amron
diamonds,
bob.
except she's got so much money she's buying diamonds, but it's a big old chunk with her name that just says Slither or something like that.
Yes.
Snacks. And I'm just like, girl, and she's like trying to talk like this. I was listening to the audiobook as well. And so like the audiobook actor does her character very well because she draws out the S's. And I'm like, yeah, but then you're also in glittery high tops
Yeah.
and a tracksuit,
Yeah.
a metallic.
Oh my God, she's Sue.
tracksuit.
She's Sue. She's fucking Sue from
She's Sue
Glee.
Sylvester.
Holy fuck. The Viper Queen is Sue from Glee.
Oh my
That's the
God.
Viper Queen.
Nobody can tell you who you are except for one person.
Me?
No.
Me. Sue
That's
Sylvester.
Sue Sylvester. That is the Viper Queen. You're so right. And I'll never picture her as anything else.
We're gonna have to do like a fucked up fan cast one day. And this is leading with that.
Yes. I agree.
Day bright and night.
Oh, just the whole concept of day bright and night. I think that was actually the first time that I was like, oh, I can fuck heavy with Rune right now.
Yeah.
Because their little secret rendezvous.
It was really
Oh, I
cute
was
and
eating that up.
fun.
And I think it's really funny that Lydia shows up and she's like, I'm a flame.
I'm just on fire.
I'm picturing the ghost of Christmas Past from the Disney
Oh my fucking
Christmas
God.
Carol where he's like a little flame.
Stop. I'll pee.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
That's Daybright.
That's day bright.
Oh.
How were they doing that though, by the way?
Yeah, so when Rune and Daybright get it on in the dream realm?
But how did he get there?
What do you mean?
Was that magic?
How did he get there in his mind?
Yeah.
I think they're mind speaking.
And how though?
The way that you can, I think it's because Rune had a special ability to mind speak.
Okay.
And
Oh, I think they might have explained that. Sorry guys, I'm a fucking moron, idiot
he
bitch.
has, it's like part of one of his powers. And I guess Lydia has the same ability,
Okay,
except
right.
Rune is able to kind of call to it quicker.
Okay.
Like he can get through to her, even if she's not like totally available.
Well, not necessarily, because when she was with
Yes,
Pollux
She said,
and getting assaulted and having like sub fucking par
not even
sexy
subpar,
time, like just like traumatizing sex time.
And she, God, that makes me sick
Yeah.
to think about. But she did get it on in the dream world
With Rune.
and I do think it was a little unfair that while they were doing that, she knows who Rune is at this point.
He don't care.
He don't care, and she's still a flame. But the way that I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive the way that it's written is that it was like her she can pull back the flames basically to show her body, her real body.
Yeah.
And so it was like she pulled back the flames until her face.
This was just a tiny flame, like a candle.
And
like a birthday candle.
like a little candle. And so it's like, oh, this is a human body with a little flame.
With a little flame head.
And Rune was like,
Rune was
smash.
like, oh my God.
Smash.
Fuck. God, I'm coming in my little pants.
Coming in my little skinny jeans.
Oh God, why
I
is he
know.
in skinny jeans?
I don't know. He's really 2016 coded.
Everything is 2016 coded.
Yeah.
This whole
I
bit.
think that's the hardest
Is
part.
that when this was written?
Maybe. I think that's the
No.
hardest part about.
Flame and Shadow came out in 2024.
Maybe it was written in 2021. I'm making that up. I don't know for sure. But
It is very like 2010.
I think that's the hardest part about it being a modern fantasy
Yeah.
is that like medieval fantasy realms style doesn't really go out because it's medieval.
It's medieval.
They're wearing leather boots
It's a
and
whole
they
bit,
have
right.
dresses and gowns. With this one, it's like, oh, you're trying to describe modern fashion.
You know, it felt like when we were reading It Happened One Summer and they tried to tell me that whatever that girl's name is, Tessa Bailey looked at me dead in the face specifically and said
This
she's
is
in
LA's It Girl.
This is LA's It Girl. She's wearing a green, bright green. What's that called?
Neon
Lime green. Lime green zebra striped mini dress.
Girl, what in the 2008?
What the fuck are you even?
She's got a little hair
Talking
poof
about.
right in the front.
And like she was inspired by Alexis Rose, which makes sense. But like at the same time, you guys are really giving me shit ass outfits to work with, and I'm not sure that I love that whole bit.
Yeah.
I don't know about
No,
it.
I agree. Because that's the one thing too is like every time they described Bryce like getting ready to go out was always some like tight Forever 21
Bodycon
bodycon dress.
that had like some weird cutout, like the
and
under
it's, like,
boobs cut out, and then there's like the side cuts.
I know that Bryce has bodies for days, but it's like the bandage wrap bodycon. That really thick, awful material.
That's like you have to jump into
and if you sit, it wrinkles like
yeah. And then you have to like peel it off of your body because you're like sticky with sweat and it's not getting over your ass.
If you get sweaty, it's very visible because the entire bandage wrap gets
wet,
damp, and it changes colors. Ugh, terrible.
Which character arc was the most compelling?
And we find out more about this in the third book, and I won't elaborate on that besides the fact that I really love where Baxian's story goes.
Yes, I do too.
I really love that, and I was the most like, about it.
I really fucked heavy with
Very
Baxian.
similar with Lydia. I really, even in this one, I was very intrigued by Daybright just in general.
I started this book, I really started to get into Ethan, Therian, and Rune's friends.
Yeah.
How they kind of formed like their own little like boy group. I was like super heavily fucking with that.
That was pretty cute. To be completely honest though, I had a hard time. What's happening?
My fucking right ass cheek is asleep and I have to adjust.
I had some trouble with the first like half of this book because I was really busy the week that I was reading it, and I had gotten the audiobook so I could listen to it, get through it a little bit faster, but I was like, ooh, I'll get the graphic audiobook. Well, let me tell you guys, in case you didn't know, the graphic audiobooks for things, at least for Sarah J. Maas, they skip things. Like the regular audiobooks will say the line where it's like, and then Bryce said, la 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 la, something said Hunt, and it like says every word that is written. The regular audiobook is saying. In the graphic audio,
it just switches
the actors, and you're supposed to remember who everybody's voice sounds like, and they're skipping little lines that I felt were really important, where it was like Bryce said the inflection where when you're reading it says like, oh, Bryce looked away
said,
or
right.
Bryce said uncertainly or said nervously or something like that, and it will take that line out. They don't say that, and they just try to act the line.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
it gets confusing.
Wait, what the fuck? So I had some trouble tracking a little bit, and I didn't have a ton of time to sit down and read with the pages. So I truly didn't give that much of a fuck about the boys for a while there. I gave a big old fuck about why Hunt and Bryce were doing this weird celibacy thing, and
my God, yeah.
Agent Daybright and Night. Those were my biggest focuses.
The celibacy bit was weird.
Yeah. And then, obviously, the biggest thing happening, the little kid, they're all searching for this fuck-ass kid for half the book.
And I told you his name, and I've forgotten
Igor?
No. That's definitely not right.
Motherfuck.
What
Ian?
is it? No.
Alan.
No. It's something. Oh my God.
It's not Ethan.
No.
That's the wolf boy.
Lone wolf. What is it? Who is he?
I think it's Igor.
No, I like actually.
It starts with an I.
Promise. His name is not
Isaiah.
Igor.
No, Isaiah's another archangel. What's his name?
What's his fucking name?
He's just some
Emil.
Oh yeah, not Igor. Emil. They're all searching for Emil. Everybody. The Asteri, the River Queen, Bryce.
Everyone's
wants
Emil.
looking for this kid just to find out. Bryce finds him. He's just a human. He's actually going to go live with my parents. What the fuck? Because his older sister was a rebel. I mean, I guess, yeah, this whole book is about discovering that there are rebels and a new rebellion.
Yeah.
But, and like the crossover between what they're looking for with this little boy, who I've already forgotten his name again. Emil. And Danica. Bryce is still kind of obsessed with the things that Danica didn't tell her. And so, like, all of these things, it's like leads them to finding out information. And I will say, it kind of feels like Ian, that his name?
Oh my fucking god, Emil.
Emil. Searching for Emil just kind of felt like a means to an end for how all these characters got other pivotal information on the government system.
Yeah.
Like Emil didn't actually mean fuck all.
No.
He's just some kid.
You know, and we were talking about this before, and neither really did Sophie.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a Thunderbird.
What is
what
a
do you mean?
Thunderbird? What is a Thunderbird?
Elaborate. And also, like, how did they find this shit out about the Asteri?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Because that comes out in book 3. I'm just a fucking idiot. I forgot.
But still, this, I think Emil was just like a means to an end. He was a way for this big group of people to find out what's happening in the Bone Quarter, that all their friends are being put into a soul meat grinder after a little while. And they're also finding out about a rebellion and that there are rebels and blah, blah, blah. And that the Asteri is actually intergalactic parasites sucking the life out of everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being freaks.
Being freaks in space. Don't even get me started on space. I hate them.
Space?
Meanwhile, the main Asteri guy
Looks like a teenager?
He decides, I'm a teenage boy. Weird.
Let's unpack that. Actually, let's not unpack
Let's
that.
not keep
Let's
that to
keep
yourself.
that to yourself.
It's actually none of my business.
No.
Why he looks like that.
I don't fucking want to know why you chose a fucking teenage boy's body to reside in forever.
Speaking of the government
Speaking of the
system.
government, we're going to talk briefly about what we think and how. Hold on. Basically, what the fuck? Comparing Crescent City and like the government aspect to like the political aspect of Throne of Glass versus like ACOTAR, because ACOTAR, obviously there's a government, there's a system set up, but it's not morally corrupt.
Like monarchies, kind of.
And
like,
it's
obviously
not
there's no
like
like kings and queens in ACOTAR, but there is in Throne of Glass. It's a lot of monarchies. It's a lot of like, seems like the shit you'd learn in like a history class. That's not really relevant to today's government.
Right.
But Crescent City is different.
Crescent City is like, it's almost like Hunger Games, Avatar,
dystopian.
Right? Where it's like there is no war in Ba Sing Se, and that's what the government
There
keeps
is
telling
no
you.
war in Ba Sing Se.
there are cameras on that light post,
and you have cell
there's
phones, and you have this comfortability of life that's not like, I gotta go in the piss pot in my little cabin. There's toilets.
And sewage and things that work. And not
a chamber pot.
A chamber pot. I gotta go take a bath.
Ain't got
I'm not going to bath in 3 weeks because I've been off at the battle. I got back last Tuesday.
I better check my schedule.
I did shit my pants on the battlefield.
And now I'm gonna get blow in the tent. ACOTAR coded, if you know what I mean.
That was ACOTAR. That was also Throne of Glass. Like there's no lights or things that work. They just have magic. And in Crescent City, it's
there's
like
electricity and it's pretty modern.
We have things.
They've got
working.
bottled water.
Yeah, and showers.
Yeah, they shower every day.
Yeah.
Even. And it's not like, oh, you gotta fill up the hot water in the tub.
I gotta go get the slaves. Tell them to wash my ass correct because I can't do it myself.
No, because if you think about it, there's a lot of times where, especially in the first book, where Hunt comes back covered in blood and yuck, and he just would have to sit in the bath.
Hunt?
If this was like a
Oh my god, no, literally.
Because that's what happens in ACOTAR. Every time Feyre is nasty,
I'm sorry.
She gets in a tub?
She fought a worm, and then she had worm shit on her.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at that point Reese was doing the
Reese
whole
was doing the snap
cleaning
clean thing.
But there were definitely times where she was like, I'm covered in blood. And Aelin too. Covered in blood and dirt and nastiness. And Rowan's like, let me give you a bath. A bath?
A bath?
Be so fucking for real. You're sitting in that. Your puss is
oh my god, your
freaking
pH
out.
Fucked.
You've got a UTI, a yeast infection, and an STD probably.
Yeah, from the blood. From the blood that you just washed off and now you're sitting in it? No. I don't
Yuck. You
think
got
so.
some type of brain-eating amoeba.
Yeah. I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
sitting squished up in this corner so
Whoa.
small.
What do you... Well, come on then. Get out.
Yeah, but let's talk a little bit about the government.
Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about the government, guys. And what was the point?
The point was that it's very dystopian in
It is
Crescent
very
City.
dystopian. Yeah.
It feels kind of relevant to today's government.
Currently,
where
actively.
Where you said it earlier.
I said, yeah, because it was like the hysteria was like, hey guys, listen, I know I pissed you off.
Don't tell
What I'm going to do for you in return is I'm not going to fucking murder your boyfriend, okay?
Yeah.
And then they got pissed off again. They were like, I'm sending so many police into your city right now.
How do you feel about archangels?
How do you feel about archangels? Oh, guess what? Those two, they're betrothed. They're going to fucking make baby archangels.
And it's instead of, whereas in Throne of Glass and ACOTAR, it's almost like, we're being invaded. We're being invaded. We're being invaded by aliens. It's like,
Your government is out to get you.
yeah, it's in Crescent City. It's like, no, you're being invaded by your own government.
They're turning against you and they're going to make you kill people.
And they control everything, like your electricity and your way of life. It's very
And they know who your mom and dad are. So if you want your mom and dad alive, you better not talk about it.
And they've got cameras and they've got listeners.
Because we're going to find your mom and dad. We're going to find everybody that you love.
Sounding familiar?
Sound familiar?
Anybody?
Is that ringing a bell?
Hello?
Hello?
The call's coming from inside the house.
And the house is on fucking fire.
And the police are corrupt.
The police are corrupt. And they're killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. So
It's crazy out here.
that's where some of those differences lie.
There's a lot of difference between ACOTAR and real life.
Yeah. And we got to talk about ACOTAR now, actually, because at the end of this, we do find out.
The most memorable scene, I think, maybe in like any book that I've ever fucking read, like the visceral fucking reaction that I had to the last
I feel like I
15
came back into my
pages.
own body after many years of being
genuinely.
away.
I don't know where I was.
Because there is an ACOTAR crossover, baby.
I felt like naked Mr. Krabs getting back into his shell and being able to run a mile on my little crab feet. That's what I felt like. Oh my God, it was so... Hello, Bryce. My name is Resand. Oh,
dude, I'm telling you right now, and I have been on record in many other episodes of this podcast saying so-and-so is one of my top favorite book boyfriend, and so-and-so is one of my top favorite book boyfriends. The second that I came back to hearing dialogue from Resand, High Lord of the Night Court, everybody else went to dust. Everybody else went to dust for me because there's nobody but Reese. There's nobody that hits like Reese.
Yeah, whenever she tries to tell anybody that her favorite book boyfriend is anybody other than Reese, she's lying. Whenever I say it's anybody other than Azriel, I'm fucking lying.
Yeah.
Reese and nobody fucking does it like Reese and
No, they don't.
Like, nobody.
ACOTAR men are so fucking elite. And it just, I levitated hearing, just like feeling like, oh, I'm back in their world. And I was like, oh, I've never needed a ACOTAR reread more than I do in this moment.
You know, in That's So Raven, whenever she comes out of a vision,
when she's like, oh, yeah,
that was me.
That's also me.
That was like
That's
the end.
And
of
I can't
Sky
wait
and Breath.
for us to talk about book 3 because clearly we get some more of that in book 3, and it's going crazy town.
There's
USA.
also one last thing. There's a lot of crossover, but the first like bit of ACOTAR that we really see as like foreshadowing is winnowing, which they don't call it winnowing.
Teleporting.
Like Bryce doesn't call it that.
She spends a lot of the book like trying to hone her powers with Cormac, and because Cormac can be like, floop, 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 floop. I'm bouncing around. I'm getting to where
Cormac
I need
is
to go.
like Reese and Feyre. Cormac like has that shit under wraps.
Yeah. And Bryce is learning how to do it, and it makes her feel sick, and all of the symptoms are very similar to winnowing. Yeah. And I'm going to be so for real. I did know that the crossover happened, when I was reading the book. But when I was reading all of that, I wasn't thinking about ACOTAR once. I was like,
Really?
oh, okay, cool. She's learning how to teleport. And then it happened, and I was like, oh.
That's what that was.
I'm not very good at, like, tracking foreshadowing because I'm an idiot.
I also, like, I didn't know when, like, I knew the crossover happened, but we didn't know when or how.
Yeah, we didn't know anything
I
about
think
how it came about.
The how was really fucking crazy.
And I knew there was going to, I knew that it was going to be Asriel in the crossover. I had thought
I thought it was
of
just
like
Asriel.
Me too. I thought it was more of like a cameo. Like
I thought Asriel accidentally ended up in Midgard.
Yes, I agree.
didn't think that Bryce would accidentally end up in fucking Valar or in the Court of
Prythian,
Nightmares.
yeah. I didn't think so either. So that's why when we start getting out and we get Rhys and we get Nesta, I was like,
holy shit, everyone's fucking here. Amren's here.
there.
And that reminded us, you know,
why we needed to have Amren.
Needs to be alive, the stupid bitch. God damn it.
I didn't want her to come back to life.
No,
honestly.
I didn't either. I was sick of her. And
I hope everybody listening to this has read the other Throne of Glass books.
If you've read Crescent City, you have to have read.
No, you're probably right.
ACOTAR
You're probably right.
And Throne of Glass, like you have to have read those.
Yeah.
But like Silver Flames, I was like, oh fuck, Amren, bro, kill her already.
No, I know.
But
by the
then-
time we got to Crescent City, I was like,
oh, okay.
And anyway, I just can't wait to talk about the third book.
I have a theory for the third book. I'm gonna wait to say it till the next episode. So
Ooh,
if you
okay.
want to hear my theory, you have to come. I gotta write it down. Write that down.
Write that down. Anyway, while Maddie writes that down, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you missed the first part of this series, go watch it from last week. And next week we will be talking about House of, what is it, Flame and Shadow? House of Flame and Shadow.
Maybe one of the best books
ever written.
SJM really just is that girl. She does it like that.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. Join our book club on Fable. We are doing our best over there.
And subscribe to us on YouTube.
And subscribe to our fun little booktube because we put our heart and soul into those little fun little book videos.
We really have a good
And
time.
a really good time, and we try to post twice a month. So you get over there and you tell your friends to get over there and you watch them, and you watch them all the way through. Thank you so much.
And it's like 15 to 20 minutes of your time, and then you're gonna laugh probably.
And you're gonna laugh and you're gonna have a good time. And bring your friends.
And then you can comment on it, and then we'll comment back, and it'll be really fun for us.
Bring your friends to book club.
Tell your mom about book club.
Tell your mom about book club.
Tell your cousin about.
Aunties. Don't tell your.
Do not tell any men in your lives about book club.
Don't tell.
Gatekeep it from the men.
Don't tell your little siblings. I'm really trying to break that child audience shell.
If you're under 18, we don't know who you are.
Yeah. We're talking about shucking and fucking most of the time.
We are talking about shucking and fucking.
That is adult content.
And it's not for the babies.
Anyways, thanks for coming to book club, guys.
And we're going to see you next week in 7 days.
I'm
and
really
we're going to be talking about the book.
About this accent.
Yeah. It's never
We're
going to
look back in a little while and be like, fuck, that's embarrassing. Anyway, thanks for coming to book club.
We'll
This is the
see you in a
longest
week.
outro ever.
Jesus Christ.
Love you.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.